Welcome. So this is daily attendance for February 27th. Hopefully it'll upload on the 26th, depending on whether YouTube is cooperating or not, okay? So this week we will be having our midterms. Interestingly enough, you're not supposed to be having midterms till next week, but remember I always have midterms a week before, but also on the third week. So I don't know what's up with the schedule, and so I'm just going to keep that so that way you all really study for your midterms, that you have with other classes, okay? So we're going to have midterms this week. It's going to be a regular assignment, but I'm going to grade it as an exam. So the midterms this week is going to be chapter 3, okay, for both classes, and it's just going to be graded. It's like a regular assignment, like your past chapter 1 and 2, but it's going to be for chapter 3, and I'm going to grade it as an exam, okay? So I think all grades are up to date. For those of you who have reached out, when I've reached out, and tried to communicate with you, thank you so much. Be on the lookout because I will be opening up. Sorry, the allergies are just horrendous, and then today was that windstorm and everything, so I hope everybody was safe, okay? And then for those of you who have asthma and allergies, make sure that you hopefully stayed inside and you took all your medication. So anyway, back to it. Thank you so much for those of you who reached out when I was reaching out to you. Everybody, basically, not everybody, but significant amount have responded. So thank you. Oh, be on the lookout because I will be opening, reopening the assignments for chapter 1 and chapter 2 closer to the end of this week after you guys are done with chapter 3 for midterm. For this week, I will be opening up. It will be unexpected and it's only going to be a day. So make sure that you are on the lookout. Sometimes I do that through Teams. So make sure that you have your Teams, app, and make sure that, you stay on the lookout for that, because once it's closed this time, I'm not going to reopen it because I'm only going to reopen it once. So for those of you who are missing chapters 1 and 2, I'm going to reopen that, but you have to be on the ball to see when I open it, and it's only going to be one day. So if you missed it, you missed it. I usually do not do a YouTube upload for that. I usually send it through Teams, okay? Because it's just simple, it's easier, and that way, you don't have to look through the videos. The other thing is that I highly encourage you to click on the notifications for YouTube, so that way you know that I'm, when I upload, in case something happens. Sometimes I have to do announcements and you all don't know. So be on the lookout for that, okay? The other thing is that, I can't stress enough that you need to download Teams, all right? I communicate solely through Teams. The bubble and the email, I'll look through it, but sometimes I miss it, and it's just much faster for me through Teams. If you cannot get a hold of me through Teams, I don't know why. You should just put in the person's name and it should pop out. My name is Lucia, okay? So maybe you're not putting in my name correctly, and then Servin, okay? Servin, all right? With that, so just like that, okay? If you don't know my name, it's everywhere in all my classes, all right? And as well in my YouTube channel. So, so I think that concludes this week. I'm thinking maybe we will have, we'll see. We'll talk about next week. Okay. So just for this week, get in your chapter 3 for both, for both classes. And then of course, your daily attendance. So this is your daily attendance. Okay. We will be moving on to our homework, which will be our midterm, and it'll be, chapter 3. This will be due Wednesday, midnight. Okay, so this is due Wednesday midnight. All right, so make sure that you turn it in. And for those of you who are always up to date and turn everything in, I can't thank you enough, because that's the name of the game, and that's about being proper and being appropriate and timely and professional, and just being on top of it. There's people that don't know they have an online course. I don't know how that is. I think they just choose to ignore me, which is fine, but then you put yourself in a very, difficult predicament. So try to not put yourself in a weak position, or in a position where you're having to beg or ask for something because you decided to whatever. So always, try to have the upper hand, which whatever that means, right? And I'm not saying like physically or anything, or sometimes, but be smart enough to where you have the upper hand in whatever and everything that you do. And especially at work, if you do all your job and you're up to date and you're never late, late or hardly ever, you know, then there's a lot of leeway that your bosses will give you. If you're never late, right? If you know, maybe they'll look the other way one day that you get there late. But if you're always late, if you're always trying to, you know, get stuff done and you just always missing deadlines or always late or, you know, some sort of incompetence, then they're not going to give you any leeway, okay? So remember that, you know, it's about showing up to life, and it's about being the best version of yourself, and you're representing yourself, okay? So that's what life is about. Okay, so moving right along to homework chapter 3, which is your midterm. We'll start with BC, okay, 535. And so BC, make sure that you copy and paste and you do it in a Word document. I am not accepting pictures of your papers, okay? And part of it is so you can figure out how to title your paper that you're going to be uploading, hopefully through Word, and then of course be able to learn how to, you know, do a copy and paste in Word and using your editing. So if you wrote it, hand wrote it, I'm not going to be receiving that, and I'm not going to be accepting that. And if you're taking pictures, please, I let it go this last time, but there's no reason why you should be sending me pictures, okay? Not for the homework, all right? So your homework has to be turned in a Word document, all right? It's chapter 3, communication challenges in a diverse global market. It's learning objectives checkup. It's questions 1 through 18. Objectives 3.1 through 3.5. All right, so chapter 3, communication challenges in a diverse global market, learning objectives checkup, 3.1 through 3.5 objectives, and then questions 1 through 18. Make sure that you copy and paste the objective, make sure that you copy and paste the question, and make sure that you copy and paste the complete answer. Okay, don't do D5, whatever. I mean, I was just whatever. So you need to put that in a Word document, you need to title it, and you need to upload in a Word document. There were some PDFs that were sent up. I don't mind a PDF. I prefer a Word document. You probably had a hard time figuring out how to do that. For those of you who are sending me PDFs of pictures, I'm not going to accept them this one time, okay? The next time. And then part of it is that you need to learn how to use your editing, how to upload, how to use your Word, and how to title it, and how to upload it onto your submission, all right? So moving right along to English 133. A500 and A501. You're going to do chapter 3, looking for specific topic and general main ideas. Okay, you're going to do test 1 and 2. So English 133, A500 and A501. You're going to do looking for specific topic and general main ideas. Do test 1 and 2. You are to copy and paste the questions, okay, for your test on a Word document, and you're supposed to copy or write your answer, okay, not copy and paste, because I don't think you have an option for answers. I think you're gonna have to figure it out. All right, there's some beautiful like papers that people send me that are just like beautiful. They're completely highlighted, they're orderly, you know, they do an extraordinary job, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do, okay? Make sure that it's in a Word document and make sure that you turn it in. It's really simple, you know, I can't make it simple enough, so I would really appreciate for you to do that. Namaste, love and light.